Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, you will learn how to create a beautiful invoice management system in Microsoft Excel. So as you are seeing my screen, I have created this invoice management system. To show the form, you just need to click on this button. As you click on this button, it opens this form wherein you can start capturing the invoice information. Let's say if you want to create the new invoice, you can simply click on new. As you will click on the new invoice, automatically it will create the invoice number and the invoice date. By default, it will take today's date. However, you can change this date using this calendar icon. As you click on this calendar icon, it will pop up this calendar form, and from here you can choose your relevant invoice date. Now, once invoice number is created, you can start adding the items in this invoice. If you remember the item number, you can simply put here item code or item number and hit the enter. As you will hit the enter, it will fetch the item name. Default quantity it will take 1. However, before entering you can change it. Let's say I want to add the product 2 as 10 quantity. It will take the default price available in the product master. However, you can change it as per your requirement. Once you will change it, you can just hit the enter, or you can just click on this plus icon. As you will click on the plus icon, this product is added in this invoice. At bottom you will see the count of items as well as total amount. So here it is taking the total amount. You can choose the item from here also. Let's say product 5, and you can just change the quantity if you want to change, otherwise just hit the enter. You can see your product 5 is available here. Alright friends, if you will add the same product again, let's say product 5, and this time I am taking 3 quantities. We have already added product 5 wherein quantity was 1. So if I will add the quantity 3, hit the enter, it will not add new record. However, it has increased the quantity as 4. Alright, and you can start adding. And if you want to delete any record from here, you can simply select and click on this minus icon. As you will click, that will be deleted. You can see the total amount and number of item count here. Once you are satisfied with this, you can simply click on this save invoice. As you will click, invoice is saved now. We are aware about the invoice number. It was invoice number 3. If we want to search and edit this further, you click on search button. As you will click on the search button, it will ask the invoice number. Let's put here 3 and just hit the enter. So you can see these are 2 items which we have added are reflecting here. Now you can add more item here. Okay, so we have 4 items. Now if I will save, now this is saved. If you want to take the printout, or if you want to create the PDF, you can do that also. Let's search that invoice number 3. There are 4 items. I want to take the printout of this. Let's click on print invoice. As you will click on print invoice, it will open this invoice number in print preview mode. You can change the format as per your requirement, but here I have taken this simple format. From here you can just click on this print button and you can take the printout. Now I'll show you again. If you want to create the PDF of this invoice so that you can send it on the email, or if you want to share it on WhatsApp or anywhere, so you can click on PDF. As you will click on PDF, you can download the invoice as a PDF. Okay, so here it is available as a PDF. You can save this wherever you want using this save as option. Alright friends, if you want to delete any invoice, let's say I have invoice 3. I am saying I want to delete this entire invoice. You can simply click on delete invoice button. As you will click, that invoice is deleted. Now if you will try to search invoice 3, it will say invoice number does not exist. Okay. Now I'll show you the data and the other sheets. So we have item master here. You can put your code. I have given here code 1, 2, 3 till 15, but you can add more. You can put your actual item name, and here you can put the price of that item, so it will pick up the default price, but you can change it while you are adding to invoice. This is sales sheet. In the sales sheet, it will create the auto invoice number and it will add the items. So like in the invoice number 1 we have these items. Okay, then this is invoice format. You can change this format if you want to add something here, some name or some more details, you can do that, but I have taken this simple invoice format. Now quickly I will show you how I have created this and I will show you the code of this. Let me go to the developer tab and Visual Basic. We have one main form here which is invoice form. Another form is the calendar form. I have already explained how to create this calendar in Excel VBA. I have created the separate videos on this topic. You can see our calendar related videos. In those videos I have explained how to integrate this calendar with any of the VBA project. Okay. Now here we have form invoice. Okay. This is main form. We have taken here different text boxes. You can see these are the different text boxes and few command buttons. These are command buttons. We have just changed the colors. Then we have these labels here, and then we have these command buttons. We have added few icons like save as, print and PDF. So you can take the images from Google, which is here. Then we have this list box here. Now I'll show you how you can design this form. So let's add a form here. Just resize it as per your requirement and right click and give some background color and some formatting. So let's take the back color. Let's take this color. Special effect. Let's take this special effect. Okay. Now I will take an image here and I will make the title using this image. So let's put this here. Right click, go to the properties, just take none in the border style, and back color we will take from here. Let's take this color. So these are few custom colors which I have added. You can add your custom color here using the right click, and you can define the color here whatever you want using this, or you can put your RGB code and you can click on add color. As you will click, that color will be added here in your palette. Okay, so let's select this one. Now I will add a label, and here I will take Invoice Management System, and you can right click, go to the properties. We will format this and we can take some other font, let's say Arial rounded empty bold. Let's keep this here, and the back color, back style, let's take transparent, and the font color, fore color, we will take white. Okay, so it will look like this. You can keep it in the center of the form, so go to the format and center in form horizontally. Alright, so this is our title. Now to design the other text boxes, you can simply take, let's say, label. That label we will take here invoice number. Let's keep this here, and then I will take a text box. Let's create a text box here. Right click, go to the properties, and here we will take single border, and the border color we will take this color, and this is text box 1. Okay, let's keep this here and let's select and copy. This will be for invoice date. Let's make a copy of this and just paste this here. This will be item number. Then we will take a command button. So let's take here a label for item name, and go to the toolbox and let's take a combo box here. Right click, go to the properties. Here again style we will take single. Since this is combo box, so we will take drop down as list, not combo, and we will make the border color the same as theme color, this one. Now we will make a copy of few text boxes and labels. So this will be our quantity, be smaller. copy, and this will be for price. Alright, now we will start adding the buttons. So let's take this button, just click here. This will be for plus or add item, given here caption as plus. Right click, go to the properties and go to the font, make it slightly bigger, bold. Okay, and then you can change the color. So for color, let's take white, this one, and the back color we will take dark green color. Okay, and we will keep this here. Make a copy of this and paste here, and here you can type minus to delete, minus, and we can keep the red background here. Let's take this red, or let's take this red. Alright, let's keep this here. Okay, now we can align this properly. Select these all, right click, go to the align as middle, and similarly here you can first align them left, these two, and now align these all as middle. And now we can add a list box here. So just click on the toolbox and let's take this list box here and just drag this list box here like this. And here we will display our data, and go to the properties. Again, we can take here border style as single, and let's take the border color as the theme color. You can take some background color also if you want, let's say this gray color. Alright, so this is our list box. Now we will add few buttons here like we have given here. Take few labels first. Let's take this label. This will be item count. Right click, go to the properties. We will change the font size a little bit bigger and bold. Okay, and let's copy and paste here, and we will keep this here. Right click and properties. For this one we will change the name as LBL item count. Alright, and default we can put here 0 or blank. Now let's make a copy of this, copy and paste here. This will be total amount. Place of 0, and go to the properties, and we can keep the name as LBL total amount. So basically we have added 4 labels. This is just to show the caption, and this is the actual label wherein we will show the values, and this is the actual label wherein we will show the values, and we have renamed this as LBL total amount, LBL item count. Okay, and for these two we are keeping as it is. Now we will add few command buttons. Let's copy this one and paste here, and let's keep this here and paste next one, and let's keep this here and paste again. Alright, so we have 3 different buttons. Now here you can add the images. Go to the properties, and in the picture you can put actually image. If you want to create the relevant images, you can go to the PowerPoint presentation and you can insert the icons from there. You can download the icons from there, or you can download the images from Google also. I'll show you one example. I want the icon for save as, so I'll type here save or save as, and here you can see this can be the relevant icon. So I will insert this, and I will make it slightly smaller like this, and then I can change the color as per my requirement from here, or you can change the color from here also. So let's say I'm taking this color. Now I will save this as, let me save it as save as a picture, and let's say picture 1, and I'm saving in the pictures, let's say, and I will save it as a JPEG file, save as. Now I'll come to the VBA project, and I'll go to the command button, and I'll go to the picture, and I'll take that picture 1. You can see it is available here. The back color, see, if you want to change the back color as white color, you can do that also. Change it as white. You can remove the caption from here. You can put the control tooltip as save as. So somebody will hover on this button, it will show as a save as. Similarly, you can add for the PDF or for printout. Okay, the same thing which we have done here. Alright, now I'll quickly show you the coding of this project. So let me double click on the user form. So this code will be executed when we will activate this user form. I have taken dim I as integer and dim sh as worksheet. So we have taken the worksheet for the item master. So first what we are doing here in this combo box, we are loading the different items on the activation of this user form. So we are using a loop here for I equal to 2 and count of the rows on the item master. Okay, and we are adding this b and I. So I'll show you. Let me close this. I'll show you item master. So we are taking the count of column B and then we are running a loop from row number 2 till the end, and it is adding all product in the combo box. Alright, and before starting this, it is making the data sheet clear. So I'll show you the data sheet also. Just right click and unhide a sheet. We have a data sheet. So here we show the data of selected invoice or new invoice. Okay, so we are making it clear. We are keeping only headers. Then we are calling this refresh list box data. I'll show you this one also. So let's go to this refresh list box data. This is refresh list box data. Refresh list box data sub procedure is to show the data in the list box. So here we have taken sh as worksheet for data sheet and lr as integer, and we are taking it for the last row on data sheet. And here you can see we are using the application.worksheet function.count of a to a column of data. So whatever number of records available in the data, it will assign to lr. If no record is available, then value of the lr will be 2 because we have header here. So always it will come 1. If no data is available, so we will consider it as 2. Now me.listbox1.column count, we are taking 4. So we have the 4 columns. Then column heads, we want to display the column heads, and we are using the row source of the list box as A2, D and the last row. Alright. Parallelly, we are changing the LBL item count and total amount. So here item count, we are taking the number of records minus 1, which means the header. We will not include the header and we will take the count of actual records. That will reflect on item count label. Then we are using here application.worksheet function and sum of column D, this total. We are taking the sum of this total. Okay, so this is refresh list box data. Now quickly I will show you some other things. As we will run this, first we will create the new invoice. So let me show you this new invoice here. So what it will do, it will put the value in the text box 1, which is invoice number text box. Whatever the maximum invoice number available in the sales sheet here, it will add +1. Okay, it will add +1. That will be new invoice number, and default date, it will show today's date, and you can use the calendar to change it. Okay, and from the data sheet, it will make it clear because we are going to create a new invoice. Then it will show the data in the list box, which will be header in this case. Okay, then on the search part, let me go to the search. In the search, we have used application.input box. On the application.input box, I have already created a separate video on this topic. You can see that. So input box we use to take input from the user. Okay, and here we have used the type 1, which means we want to input as an integer or as a number. Now here we are saying please enter the invoice number. User will give the input as an invoice number and we will consider as ID. Okay, now in the sales sheet, first we are checking whether this invoice number is available or not. So we are using the COUNTIF function. We will, let's say if you have given the input as 3. Now 3 is not available here. If I will use the COUNTIF of 3, it will return 0. So if it is returning 0, then we will say invoice number does not exist and it will exit sir. Otherwise, in the text box 1, we will put the ID, which is the invoice number, this one. Okay, ID is the input, this one. Now we are using a VLOOKUP function in the sales sheet. Once we have the invoice number, let's say it is 2, we will use the VLOOKUP from here and it will return the date from the column 2, A to B column 2. We are taking the variable of the data sheet and removing the filter from the data sheet if it is there. Then we are deleting all data from the data sheet. Okay, now what we are trying to do here, for that particular invoice number, we will copy the data from the sales sheet and we will put on data sheet. I will show you here in the sheets. So let's say if you want to search the invoice number 2, then what we are doing, we will put the filter of invoice number 2, then we will copy this data only and we will go to the data sheet and we will paste it here, and then we will remove the filter from here. So here in the VB code, we are using the sh.useRand autofilter on the column 1 and using this ID, which is invoice number. We are copying the data from C to F and we are pasting on the data sheet, and then we are removing the filter, and now we are showing the data in list box. Alright. Now this is for the delete invoice. So here to delete an invoice, we are putting some validations here. You have put the invoice number in the text box 1, and then we are counting here that particular invoice number is available or not, which you want to delete. And then once it is available, then we are using the auto filter in the sales sheet using this text box 1 value, which is the invoice number, and we are deleting all the records from there. Then we are removing the filter, and then we are showing this message. This is for the delete invoice. This is item number, and here as you enter the item number and you hit the enter, then we are putting the code here. You can select it from here, and what we are trying to do here, first we are checking if key code equal to 13. Key code 13 is used when you will hit the enter, the key code will be 13. That means if you have hit the enter, then this particular piece of code will be executed. Now here what we are trying to do, first we are checking the text box 3 dot value should be numeric, which means you should enter a numeric item number. Okay, if it is numeric, then we will use a VLOOKUP from item master. So using this code to name, we will get the name using the code using the VLOOKUP. We have used here VLOOKUP. Alright, so it will return the item name in the item name combo box. Okay, so this is item name combo box. As you put any item number and hit the enter, it will select the value of this combo box automatically as item number from the item master. By default quantity it will take 1 and the price will come from the item master. So as the value of this combo box will be changed, so here you can see we have used, if the value of this combo box will be changed, it will take the combo box 5 dot value, which is the price. This is quantity, so quantity will come by default 1 and price will come from item master. Alright, now as you hit the enter on the quantity, then if key code is 13, then it will run the same command as command button 1 underscore click, which is this button. Okay, now here we have put some validation. Then in the data sheet, so basically first we are adding the data here in the data sheet only, not in the sales sheet. In the sales sheet, data will be added once you will click on save button. Okay, so first it is adding the data in the data sheet, which will be temporarily available there, because finally it will add the data into sales sheet. As you enter, so it will check if it is already there, product is already there, then it will increase the quantity. Okay, otherwise it will add a new record there. Alright, then it will put the total amount, quantity multiply price, and it will update the price and the product name here. Okay, product name, price, quantity, and the multiply of these two. Alright, so it is adding this information, then it will show to list box. Now using this minus button, it is the similar code. The only difference is it will delete that particular row. First it is matching using the match function using the product name. So let's say if you want to delete particular product, it will get the row number using the match function. So we have used here match function. So this is row number, and that particular row will be deleted from this sheet. Okay, using this button. Once we have added the data here, then we can click on save buttons. It will copy the data from data sheet and it will paste the data on sales sheet. But if data is already there, so let's say if you are updating existing invoice, that invoice data will be available in the sales sheet. So first it will delete that data. So here you can see we are checking if count if on A2A of me.textbox1.value, which is invoice number, is greater than 0, then it will put the filter of that particular invoice and it will delete entire records of that particular invoice. It will remove the filter. Then it will add that data. So it is copying the data from A to D, from data sheet A to D, all records, and it will add it in the last of sales sheet. Alright, and once it is added from the column C, then we will fill the value of column A and B. On the column A, it will put the me.textbox1.value, which is invoice number, this one, and B column invoice date. Okay, and then it will delete the data from data sheet. Once it is saved, it will delete it. Okay, then it will show in the list box. Alright, now I'll quickly show you how to show the print preview. To take the print here, so double click on this button, and here we are putting some validations first, and we are making it sure some data should be available on the data sheet, so that we will make sure we are analyzing a particular invoice, and in that invoice we have some records or some items. Okay, then we will show the print preview. Then we are calling this fill invoice detail sub procedure. I'll show you this sub procedure also. So this is fill invoice detail sub procedure is there. It is quite simple. We are taking here two worksheets, invoice and sales. So we have here sales worksheet and we have here invoice worksheet. This is simple template. So first we will delete all data available here. So we are making it clear from A7, this is A7 till A26. Okay, entire row we are making it clear. Then we are using the auto filter on sales sheet for that particular invoice, and we are copying from C to F, from product name till total, and we are pasting on the A7 here. Okay, and then we are putting here that invoice number and date on B3 and B4 here. Okay, once we have filled this information, then let me show you once again. Then we are using as print preview. We will hide the form and we will use this sheet as print preview. Alright, as you will click, let's search invoice number 1, click on print preview, it will hide and it will show this print preview. Alright, okay, now quickly show you how to convert this PDF. So it's the same code, only difference till here it is same code. Now only difference is in place of print preview we are taking sh as worksheet for invoice, sh.export as fixed format, Excel type PDF. We are putting here the location for the temp folder and file name as invoice number and whatever invoice number you have selected in the text box, and we are opening it after publish true, so it will open it. Let me show you. Let's search for invoice number 1 and click on PDF, so it will convert to PDF. Alright, I have created a module also, the small macro to show the form. I have used frm invoice.show false for the show model, and then I have created a button here which is simple rectangle, so you can just insert a rectangle from here, shapes this rectangle, and then you can design it like this. You can take some special effect from the preset like this. You can put the text also, whatever you want, some text. Right click, assign macro, and then you can select this workbook and that show form will reflect here. As you will click, it will show that form. Alright friends, so friends, that is how I have created this one. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for watching.